And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Psychic Spectrum Radio Show for today, which is Saturday, April 30th, the last day of the month. And we're moving into May, and spring is coming. It's coming closer and closer and closer. But this is the Psychic Spectrum Radio Show. I am Skip.
And I'm Sha'ron, the princess of sparkles, sniffles, and chocolate.
And check out, we both wore red today.
We both got red on today. Oh, I tell you, great minds think alike.
That's right. That's right. So how is everybody? How is everybody doing out there with the wonderful weather that's coming? Raining, but it's slowly getting warmer. Slowly every day it's a little warmer. Sometimes we drop back, but it's growing and it's getting ready for spring. I'm telling you.
Well, tomorrow is May 1st, and that's what they call May Day, I believe.
May Day.
So that's when everybody gives everybody flowers. They plant flowers, and Sylvia's coming. Thank you, Crystal. Yeah, I'm glad I made it too.
If tomorrow is May Day,
mm-hmm.
Where does the term May Day come when they do like a ship sinking or people are?
I have no idea. I'm sure there's some kind of nautical story associated with that, but I don't think if I heard it, I don't remember it.
Huh.
But that's when they dance around the maypole too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
there's some kind of a I don't know, equinox. I don't know. There's something going on that you might dance around a maypole. I don't see. I'm not into that side of it, so I'm just not that savvy when it comes to that stuff.
Yep. I am.
Hello, Sylvia. Sylvia's on.
She is. Oh, my sister's there.
Yeah. So,
and Kim, hi.
Oh, hi, Kim. As usual, I want to say hi to all the north, south, east, and west peeps, but I'm not going to go through the whole list because I'll start coughing.
Yep, you sound real good.
Don't I, though?
At least you're better. Hot tea and honey from JM over there.
I was going to have hot tea last night, and I got the water all hot. I didn't have any tea bags. I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
So I had the idea, just had to scratch it.
I'll put that on the grocery list.
I'll put it on the grocery list, yeah.
Now I finally... Excuse me, I've been with this long enough with the sick one here, and now I'm starting to cough and I have it in the throat.
Well, you know what they say, share and share alike,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, misery loves company. Yeah, but I got drugs. I've had 2 drugs now. I've had 2 pills.
2 doses.
Yeah, and I have my codeine cough syrup. I took my 3rd dose just a minute ago, so I should be good to go for an hour.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kim. I'm getting better.
Oh, good. She was
I'm getting better.
Door there.
I mean, I started with allergies, and this princess gig's getting hard. But it started with allergies, and they decided to go rogue, and so I full-fledged sinus infection, asthma, the whole bit.
And Jeannie joined us. Yay!
Oh, good. Hi,
She's
Jeannie.
Our first YouTube person today. Everybody else on Facebook.
That's so true. She made it in.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. That's good.
Boy.
That's good.
So anyhow, what do you got for us today? What tidbits? How about
today's April 30th, last day of the month. Right. Can you believe that? We're going into May, the 5th month of the year.
I can't wait for it.
Time is just flying by.
I always used to say I love the cold weather. I do love the snow. That I can live with. But this rain and cold and gray, it's like I understand why people when they retire say, I'm going to move to Florida or I'm going to go to Arizona.
Yeah.
Because it's sunny, it's warm, it's consistent. And I don't know.
But I like change. I don't like knowing the next day what that day is going to be like.
Yeah.
It would get monotonous to me.
Well, if the kids and grandkids weren't up here,
you could write me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going there for a couple of months and then coming back, but I wouldn't want to live there, I don't think. I like the rain and the snow and the wind and all that. See, I went to the ocean for the first time in 2.5 years, 3 years?
3 years.
Look what I came back with.
Yeah. And now look what I get.
Anyway.
All right. So what's up?
Anyway, so as I was saying, this is the last day of April. So for the ones who have a birthday today, happy birthday. But it's also a 4 day. Or if you have a birthday, it's your personal year of a 4, meaning you'll be in this number all year. It's building a foundation. It's working for something. It's putting the ideas into motion. It's deciding to start something new, like build a business or build a new way of looking at things or build a new relationship, whatever. It's all about you working, because nothing's going to be given to you. But at the end, you're going to look back and go, look what I did.
Yeah.
So it's not an easy year, but it's not a hard year either. You just got to do what you want to do, and no one's going to do it for you.
Yeah,
The ones who have a life path of a 4, I feel sorry for. Now, our son is a 4, and he's had to fight to breathe, fight to, because he had severe asthma. But I mean, he's had to work for everything that kid's got, and most 4 life paths do. Nothing comes easy.
But he's a champion at what he does.
He is. He has never given up. And I think that's the whole key to being a 4.
And he literally is a champion.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, you gotta just keep going and don't let anything stop you when you're a 4. There's always a silver lining in that dark cloud. And 4s have the ability to find it. So that's kind of cool.
Well, I got to make a prediction.
Okay. Well, I'm messing with the cords.
I have to tell people what we're looking at for this weekend.
What are we looking at?
We're looking at some good times tonight.
Good times.
Literally today and tonight.
Am I involved?
Everybody. We're looking at good times. It's going to be easy, fun, and relaxing.
Tonight?
Because of the new moon.
Oh.
In fact, I made a note here. At 1:28 p.m. today, okay, right after our show, it's a new moon solar eclipse. And it means unexpected opportunities and fun.
Really?
Yes. And I decided that I'm going to do my rune card pull today also. And we're going to see how that matches up with that prediction.
And I think it's kind of interesting. It's a new moon tonight.
Yeah.
See, being sick, I lost out on stuff for 48 hours. That's also good for a 4.
Yeah.
Because that's when they put their new ideas out and they start building a foundation. Yeah. They make it start, how am I going to put this together? So
we have a quick question from Kim.
Okay.
Got something going on with her, wondering if you both have any ideas. Itchy, prickly rash and pain in my lower abdomen. Thinking I may need to go to visit the emergency room today. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Don't mess around with the rash.
Something tells me that it's important that you get in there now. And it doesn't mean life and death. What it does mean is serious. Something gets out of hand.
Well, yeah. Don't mess around with that. I would rather go and have them say, "Oh, it's nothing," than don't go and you get sicker and sicker. That's
true.
Yeah. But you never know with a rash. It could be an allergy. It could be something from the inside that's breaking through the skin as a rash. Don't play around with it.
And I think, Kim, that if you decide to go, don't do those little clinics, emergency clinics.
Go to the emergency room.
Go to the emergency room. I think you'll get better coverage and better treatment.
Yeah.
Not that those other places are bad. I'm just saying for this, you need the full meal deal. Whoever's there, they can tell you. And I think you're going to get hooked up with a doctor or provider, I should say, who knows exactly what they're talking about.
Yeah. Plus, they have all that availability for blood work and get it back quicker and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So get in there and do your thing.
I got to say, for the clinics, though, there was one guy that I went to once at the doctor. He was really good looking.
Yeah.
I was so sick he wouldn't even come near me.
That makes you a good doctor if you're good looking.
Oh, it does.
I should be a surgeon.
Oh, I'll never forget his blue eyes. I'll tell you that. His name was Dr. Fox.
I'm going to be a brain surgeon if it comes down to that. Man.
No, but this guy didn't only look good. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your stone for today?
Oh. Well, today I thought it would be pink calcite. I love calcite, whether it's pink, blue, purple, orange, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just love the feel of it. It's a soft feeling stone, and it helps with emotional well-being, heart connections, empathy, and the wholeness of your whole being.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kim says, thank you. LOL.
Oh, I hope everything's okay, Kim.
My sister says that Sha'ron needs hot toddy and borscht soup.
Oh, can you come make me some?
Well, I can do the hot toddy, but we're German / lived in Russia.
Excuse me.
And then came to America, our ancestors, and my sister Sylvia and I. and I have my grandfather's and my dad's borscht recipe, so we could make some of that.
We could, but the question is, will he?
I might. Hey, Darlene says hi from. Hi. Wait a minute. Let's get this up on the screen. Hi, New here from New Zealand. She's at New. Right here on the screen.
New Zealand.
Look on the screen over here.
Oh wow. That's cool.
Technology. Yeah. Hi. Thanks for checking in.
Yeah. Thanks for checking in.
From New Zealand.
I wonder how the weather is there. Isn't it opposite of what we have? I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. That's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool though. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate that. Okay, so you got your stone out of the way.
I did. Out of the way.
Calcite out of the way. Yes, out of the way.
Just go feel some calcite at a rock store or something. It feels so good. It just does. There's a softness to it. It's kind of like feeling a bar of soap almost. It's weird.
All right.
But I love it.
Oh, I want to say something to our people who are listening.
Okay.
Wherever you are, you can go on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. But if you go to YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel. And on Facebook, I think there's a way to subscribe to the channel.
Mm-hmm.
And anyhow, you can catch us live. We're here on Tuesdays at noon and Saturdays at 1.
No, that's not right.
What? Oh, Saturdays at 1 and Tuesdays at noon.
No, that's not right.
Tuesdays at 1, Saturdays at noon. All right.
I'll let you go with that one.
Tuesday at 1, Saturday at noon. So,
keep the buttons away from them.
I am getting sick too.
Oh, please. You do that when you're perfectly well. Anyway, so we're going to cough our way and sniffle our way through the segment.
Yeah.
But anyway, I also have an affirmation that I thought was kind of, especially when you're sick.
Yeah.
I mean, everything today is dealing with my sickness because you know it's all about me, right? No. Anyway, the past is in your head and the future is in your hands. So when you don't feel good, don't let that be your future.
Mm-hmm.
Realize, okay, I'm going to have that be in my past. I'm going to get over this. I'm going to move on to something better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as I say that, I'll take a little sniffle.
Okay, I want to tell our people that are listening, even if they haven't commented here, that we do a psychic showcase every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Seattle time.
What is a psychic showcase?
A psychic showcase is where we have a panel of psychics.
Mm-hmm.
And when you come in, you leave a piece like your keys or whatever. And if you're not there with us, we write your name on a card and the psychics get those cards or that piece and they key in on it psychically and they write down what they get. And then you get a free psychometry reading. That's what that's called. And then we also have a speaker and different topics, different speakers every week. And we teach. We just something to learn from. And it's about 30 minutes for the speaker, 35, 40 minutes for the speaker.
Or less
sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But you get to learn something. Sometimes the speaker is in the room with us, and sometimes the speaker is somewhere in the world because we do it in person at the room, but we also do it online. It's simulcast, and you can join us from anywhere in the world. It costs $5, is all it is. And it's whether you're in the room with us, it's $5. Whether you join us online, it's $5. So join us. Go to psychicspectrum.com, click on Psychic Showcase, and you can read about it.
And for the ones like that are listening to this show that, we might be on it. Like if we're on live here, it could be 3 a.m. somewhere else.
Sure.
So at least they can go to the podcast and they can still see all this stuff.
Every one of our shows here is podcast on your podcast app, whatever you use. You can go back and listen to them.
So that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But we love to know who's listening and just key in where you're from. I think it's kind of cool. If you have questions, go ahead and type those in. Mm-hmm. We do have a phone number, but we ordered the wrong cord to get the phone to go into the mixer. So we can still answer it. We'll do it the old fashioned way. You call and we'll put you over the mic and then we'll answer it. So don't be afraid not to call on 253-335-3340.
Mm-hmm.
And which we have done 2 or 3 that way since we went live with our own podcast. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and there's a number again, you guys. you know, everything we do, we've been married 47 years, going on 48 in November. But everything we do this to, I guess, to teach, or bring awareness. So it's not that we're trying to turn everybody into psychics and that kind of thing. What we're trying to do is we're just trying to bring awareness to everybody having psychic or intuitiveness.
And we're also just trying to bring awareness that as we all grew up in our age group and before, and also into the newer age groups,
after, yeah.
we're trying to put it out there. This is not woo-woo or voodoo. It's not dark. It's not black magic. It's not that stuff isn't out there. It is, but there's two sides to the metaphysical. There's the dark side and the white side, and we deal with the white side.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And to the ones who feel their calling is the dark side, that I'm not putting you down. That's your thing.
Yeah.
But it's not ours.
Not ours at all.
So, everybody's where they're supposed to be.
And Carol down in Georgia is with us.
Oh, hi, Carol. And then Jeannie had a question.
Oh, where?
Right there. Is my UTI clearing up? For some reason, and this is sister talking to sister, I would double check and make sure that's a UTI. Because what you say and how you're saying I can't eat chocolate and that anyway, that's got nothing to do with a UTI. In my book. That's my opinion. I'm not a doctor and I can't prescribe, but maybe we could talk more about it on Wednesday when you come up for the showcase.
Yeah.
But what do you get?
I want to say no, it's the same. And the only reason I'm saying that is because it could be that it's not that, or it's that and something else.
Yeah, that could be too. Or maybe I don't understand the whole thing, but when I have had them, they're terrible. They're miserable. And I've never been told I couldn't eat chocolate. So that bothered me. Just, but maybe you and I should talk on Wednesday. And right now I'm going to leave for a moment and go out and have a coughing fit.
Okay. Get together over a chocolate bar. Jeannie said E. coli. No. Sha'ron says no, not E. coli. So anyhow, she's out there coughing her lungs up, but while we're at it, I got this minute of just me talking here. I'm going to let you guys know another thing. We have events other than the psychic showcase. We do ghost hunts. Some different times during the year. We have ghost hunts, we have UFO watching, Sasquatch watching. We teach a minister's class. I have a rune class coming up if you want to learn to tap into your psychic ability. Sorry. And your psychic ability, and to read rune cards, which you can take and apply to any deck. You can learn to read and do. But anyhow, that's all listed on our website at psychicspectrum.com. So, you're back?
I'm back.
You're back? You're front?
I told my doctor yesterday, I said I tried to cough up a left lung. But, this is, I have had sinus infections, over the years. But It's been so long, I forgot how rotten they are.
And doctor said, try the right one. It works better. Right?
Well, I don't know. But I tell you,
okay, now I don't have our sound effects.
It's terrible out there.
I don't have our sound effects hooked up on this new system.
There's not enough buttons. We got to get more buttons.
So I got something that we can do.
What's that?
I'm going to play. Go ahead.
Can they hear that?
They can hear that.
Oh wow!
Daydreaming. You want to liven it up?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I don't have that much energy today.
All right. So.
Anyway, like I said, this is Doctor Day.
Yeah.
And so the doctor, you're at the age now when you go to the doctor, they ask you, do you remember everything? They give you different 5 words and they talk, and then they ask what the 5 words are and all that good stuff. Well, anyway, I told her when she asked me if I had any signs of Alzheimer's, I said, no, I don't have Alzheimer's. I do have some timers though. And she says, sometimes. I says, yeah, sometimes I remember and sometimes I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, we're changing music here. Let's go to this one.
Well, and then I told her after she, checked out my sinus and all that. Then I told her, I said, I have had that I have broke my leg in 2 places. And she says, well, stop going to those places.
I like that one.
Henny Youngman, I love you.
She told me that right before the show. That's the only one she told me. And that one I do like.
I actually called up my son at work because he knows I'm sick and stuff. And,
he did.
And I said, I thought I should tell you, while I'm still, that I talked to the doctor a couple of other things. And he says, just a moment. And he put me where he could really hear me well, right? And I told him the one about the legs. And he got upset. He said, God dang it, Mom. I thought something was seriously wrong. You see, that's a 4 for you. They always, they have to be lightened up sometimes, Anyway, and for the last one, while I had her there, I also said, I'm concerned because I accidentally swallowed some food coloring the other day. And she said, don't worry, you're okay. And I said, I just don't know because I feel like I died a little inside.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That's those sick jokes, no pun intended.
Sick one, yes. So Sylvia says good one. One of those.
Oh my goodness.
Jeannie says, okay, see you all Wednesday at the Poodle Dog.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah. Even when you're sick, you're funny from JM. Oh, and Megan's with us. Hi, Megan. She says, hope you feel better soon. Agree, hot toddy.
Well, but the codeine cough syrup, give me some hot toddies. I'll be asleep. At least he won't bother me. And I won't bother him.
Yeah, there you go. You won't be bothering me.
Oh, gosh.
That sounds good. I'm going to make a hot toddy when we're done.
I don't like whiskey. Can you make a hot toddy out of anything else?
We can try.
I don't know.
Scotch.
Anyway, codeine seems to work pretty good.
So
that's been my friend since I was born, codeine.
Yeah. We haven't done affirmation for today, have we?
Yeah, I just did it. The past is in your head, future's in your hands.
You did.
Are you having an issue today?
No, I'm not. I'm really looking forward to doing my rune class.
I know you are. You love doing that.
I do it online because it's easier and it's more effective with all of the students. I do it online, and I've had people from all over the world take part in one, in some of them. Oh, doggies.
Oh, we didn't put the dogs away.
Oh, that's
sorry,
good.
guys. We forgot we didn't put the dogs away.
But anyhow, you want to go take care of them?
They already heard them.
Yeah, but
they know we have dogs.
We have dogs, and they're not going to stop.
Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
But we do these things in these classes, and I do them online, and I've had very good results. I really do enjoy doing them. Darlene, I got a question for you. You're down there in New Zealand. I'm curious. I was looking at Australia and New Zealand, and I have a couple of Facebook friends from down in Australia. I think it's Brisbane. But I'm curious, what part of New Zealand are you from? If you're still online with us, let us know. Just curiosity. So, but anyhow, Sha'ron's back.
Like a bull at China shop.
Dogs have settled down a little bit.
Yeah.
So this is good. You guys don't have any questions for us today. This is calm.
Well, yeah.
We're here to take your questions.
But that's okay. Something else I was going to say while I was out there. Do you think I can think of it now?
No, what? Send us your questions.
I can't think of it. Anyway, we got New Zealand. We had China.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was trying to think while we got some time today, because usually we have, questions all day long. So it's kind of fun not to have, in a way, because we got time to talk. Maybe the people out there aren't too thrilled about it, but
Kim says good jokes today.
Oh, thank you, Kim.
You need to go to the hospital, Kim. those jokes, good jokes, huh?
I liked them.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm sick.
So what were you saying?
I was going to say maybe this would be a good time for the ones that maybe haven't always been on, since we've gone into this format of not the radio, but just plain
podcasting,
live podcasts, I guess. Yeah. What is your opinion? After the show. I love that. I'm dying, but I want to watch the show. I don't think you aren't dying, Kim. I'm kidding.
We should call this TV. Psychic Spectrum TV. But go ahead.
What is your understanding of the word spiritual?
Me?
Yeah. Well, who else is in the room? Oh, maybe a few people we can't see. But...
Quite a few people, actually. My definition?
What do you believe the word spirituality to mean? I mean, because everybody has a different opinion. What is yours?
Trying to achieve good in everything you do, in every way that you do it.
That's spirituality, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How would you relate that to, because you and I both believe Jesus didn't preach religion, he preached spirituality.
Yeah.
So how would you connect that with Jesus?
Well, Buddha didn't preach Buddhism.
I don't know. I think you're right. I wasn't around that.
Allah didn't preach the religion that they've got him associated with, all those things. And Jesus didn't preach religion or Christianity. There was no Christianity. There was no Buddhism until after the death. Man formed this as a way to control how you should follow your supreme leader, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay, because me, you grew up in the religious background. Mm-hmm. I grew up as a Protestant. My mom and dad, he had one every other Sunday off, so we didn't go to church a lot. We only had one car. Mom couldn't drive.
According to those.
But you had the Catholicism behind you, the schooling and the ministry and all that good stuff. Okay,
don't hold it against me.
I know, but you have more of a knowledge than I do of the religious aspect.
Yeah.
Because my parents were more spiritual aspect, I believe, but they did teach me to believe in, what the Bible represented, which is good. But what was I saying?
My background in religion.
Well, I don't know where my mind just took a left at the bakery. Must be the codeine. It'll come back.
Here, let me say this. There is no Christianity.
Oh, I know what it was. Can I say it before I forget? Where then, you remember the sign of the fish? And they put it on the houses so that the Romans or whoever would know that it's a Christian. When did that come into play? Was that before or after?
After.
Really? I didn't know.
It was after Jesus was crucified, died, came back, went to heaven, all these things.
Okay.
But they were being persecuted by the Roman Empire until such time as the, what do you call him? Who's the head of the Roman Empire? The Caesar, or whatever they call him.
The ruler?
No, the guy that's leading the Roman Empire, until he decided he was going to be a Christian.
Oh.
Then all of a sudden Christianity became acceptable, and they stopped persecuting them. And anyhow, but it was after Jesus was crucified.
Oh, okay. I never knew that. But anyway, so I understand your meaning of it. Mm-hmm. I agree with that part. But also, to me, I think all this just boils down to the golden rule.
Yeah.
I really do. And if you would do that,
right.
Well, if do unto others as they'd have them do unto you. And I really believe if we live by that, all this other stuff would just fall into place.
Yeah.
I really do. But Ann has a question.
And where?
Thank you, Ann. I'm getting better. I got drugs and codeine cough syrup. I'm doing good.
And says, my daughter is having twins. Let me put it up on the screen.
Okay.
Having twins, and I'm wondering if you see or feel anything regarding this pregnancy. She's been very sick and is in her 14th week. She could very likely be one of those people who would be, they say, you need to go to bed and stay there until you're done, until your babies are born.
So it's called a high risk pregnancy.
I don't think it's high risk.
It doesn't feel high risk to me. I think
it's high problem.
I don't think it's that. To me, I think she's just one of those that pregnancy hits her hard.
Right.
There are some people at the whole first trimester, they can't do nothing but throw up. You know, they can't eat. You have to watch them for dehydration. And I at this point in time, I feel it's just the pregnancy.
Well, I know when I was pregnant,
I wouldn't get worried about it till the doctor gets worried about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But it's just.
But it sucks.
There's always going to be something for her. She just one of those people.
It could be, but at the end, she's going to love every little baby she's got there.
She had a miscarriage a year ago, so we were very worried. Well, you know,
and that's why you got to be careful. But like I say, if the doctor isn't stay in tune with that doctor. Every little worry you have, tell them. Mm-hmm. Because they will either reassure you or that will help them make a plan for how to make sure you're okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Twins, wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah.
I would have loved twins.
You know, I gotta say this for Anne's benefit.
But I got two babies anyway. I got my son and you.
When we were answering that, I got something that I need to tell Anne. When she had her miscarriage, this is when I got this. When I read that, mm-hmm. That baby decided to not come through because they didn't want to come through without the other one.
That makes sense.
They're like twin flames.
Mm-hmm. Our souls.
They both have the same agenda coming in. They, you know, like sometimes you see twins who they go and become great violinists together. Sometimes they become doctors together. But these two are going to be like that. They're going to stick together their whole life, and they both have similar paths.
That's cool.
And they needed to go through it together and help each other through it. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
And I don't know where that came from, but it's just
at this point. Definitely take care of herself. Stay in tune with the doctor. Make sure you call and get all your worries taken care of.
She says it's a boy and a girl.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah, cool. Which is cool. And
Skip and Sha'ron.
There we go. You never know. You never know. Excuse me. So, like I said, at this point in time, it doesn't feel dire. Mm-hmm. But I'm with you. I think she's going to have to take it careful and always think about the babies first. So there may be things she won't do or things she'll put off till later.
Yeah.
But tell her to think positive.
Yeah.
And any questions, believe me, the doctors will answer any worries that you have.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid. There is no stupid questions.
All right, yeah. I got to put something up on the screen.
Okay.
Kathleen says, you both look fabulous when wearing the matching red and like uniformly making a statement for a setting for your show are always matching colors and changing them up. Bright yellow is my favorite. I don't have a yellow shirt, but maybe I can get one. You got a yellow something?
No. I yellow, it'd have to be a bright yellow because pale yellow, I look really
yellow. Really pale.
Well, we can give it a shot.
See what we can do.
I love Kathleen. I don't know if we've ever met her. It doesn't ring in my mind that we have, but I love that woman.
Yeah. Anne says she tells her, I tell her positive every day.
Yeah. I know what she's living with the fear it's going to happen again, but tell her no. Mm-hmm. I really don't think it is.
I don't think it's as big a problem as worrying about it makes
but
it.
Like there definitely is where she's going to have to think whether I should do that or not, or whether I should eat that or not, or whether I should put that off till later. Mm-hmm. You know, her health is number one at this point.
Yeah. Hey, I want to say something to our listeners too. Those of you that like going on ghost hunts, we have a ghost hunt coming up, and it's going to be maybe at the end of this month or the 1st of June. But we have a ghost hunt coming up. And it's going to be one that you can go to. Then we also have another one coming up. We also have another one coming up in June that's going to be an overnight ghost hunt.
I don't think the lady from New Zealand would fly up here for a ghost hunt.
Hey, you never know. Marcy and Renee flew out from New Hampshire to
They did. Yes, they did. I got to give you that.
And we thought that was pretty cool. So
that was cool. It surprised us. We didn't know they were coming.
No, we had no idea.
I suppose Marcy's at a fair today, and Renee's probably working.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, they always come on when they have date time. So
yeah,
if they hear this later, hello. Hope you're doing well.
And where is that at?
What are you looking for?
Oh, there she is, right there, Darlene.
Oh.
There. When I was talking about, she says, hi there. Hi, new here from New Zealand. Darlene. Okay, so anyhow.
I hope they're still here. I mean, I was looking at the stats, some come on for some, then they leave and that. I want them to stay.
So we get back to our questioning about, what did you say about this?
Well, I was just wondering what your thoughts were on it. I mean, we don't have a lot of time to talk, you and I. We're darn busy, where we sit down and just talk about things.
Let me say this.
That's probably why our marriage has lasted.
Like most of our listeners out there, I grew up in a house that was religious or Catholic, and you grew up in a house that was Protestant.
Spiritual.
Your parents were more spiritual, especially my dad. Most spiritual man I have ever met.
Yeah.
And Four Leaf Clover says, hey, she's
cool. Kentucky's in the house.
Oh, Kentucky home.
Oh, and Allison's here. Okay.
Yeah. But anyhow, I got to tell you this. It's not about religion, and it's not about the normal ways. The psychic spectrum is about just bringing awareness about spirituality, because Jesus, Buddha, Allah, they all preached spirituality. They did not preach
casting spells and
religion
and that kind of thing.
No, they didn't do that.
Like, to me the spirituality takes in the metaphysical. The metaphysical takes in numerology, astrology, colors, dreams. I mean, there's so much the metaphysical crystals. It takes in so much repertoire is in the word metaphysical that you really don't ever get tired of learning, because you don't stop learning.
Yeah.
You could do this your whole lifetime. From the time you're born to the time you die, you still wouldn't know it all.
Yes. Yes.
My hat's off to astrologers, because there's a lot there I'll never understand.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of study. That's not a weekend course. That's a lifetime study.
That's right. Now,
numerology, I think you can learn that, and the more you want to delve into it, the better.
Right.
But that to me is easier to take on than astrology. But maybe that's because I'm more associated with numbers.
Yeah.
I don't know. But don't be afraid to look into everything. Use your intuition and use your judgment. And if it don't feel right, it probably isn't.
Now, Anne says, where are the ghost hunts? Aha. Here's the thing. I never tell where we're going until the night of the ghost hunt. Okay. And the reason why is because we've had people come with us who, once they found out, did all the research on the place. And then they wanted to do the Hollywood thing and go over to that corner where somebody was killed and say, oh my God, I feel such terrible pain here in my chest. I was like somebody was shot. And it just demeans it and takes away everything from it.
We call that Hollywooding.
Yeah. So you can go to the Psychic Spectrum's website and read about the ghost hunts. But what I do is I take the Hollywood out of it. Excuse me. We want to keep our ghost hunts very real. All right. And we want people to experience the energy and the ghosts of the spirits that are in the place.
And the most fun really for me comes in the pictures that we take and the electronic voice phenomena.
Afterwards.
And that comes afterwards, because you got to do it to get those.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you won't feel coldness or a wave of wind, or feel like somebody's walking through you, or a vortex or something. You will experience that, but it's not like Hollywood where you're going to see green eyes and what's that? That kind of thing. We don't know.
No. So, but I do tell you where we're going. Like real quick, I'm going to just say this. We meet at a certain place, sometimes very near the ghost hunt. And right before we leave, I give you the directions to drive to the place, and then we all head there and do our thing. So if you want to do a mad dash to investigate in the car for the half a mile or 2 miles between you and the location, go for it. But that's why I don't reveal it, but I will tell you the area that it's in and that kind of thing. But
and we also form a ring and put white light around us all.
Sure, we use protection.
And when we're done, we form that ring again and ask for us to everything that was there to stay there, not go home with us. And thank you for the opportunity.
White light and protection. All right, Allison has a question.
Well, so is Kathleen.
Okay, I know. I was going to say Allison has a question. Then we're going to get to Kathleen, and then to Ann again. I put on the screen. Would you be able to tell me who's here spirit-wise? I hear knocking on windows and footsteps at the door.
First words I heard was grandmother.
But I don't think it's hers.
No, probably on the paternal side.
No, I don't think it's her grandmother at all.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it could still be on the paternal side,
it's
even if it's not hers.
It's somebody who identifies as being in old age, grandmother type age, and somebody who I want to say...
It could be just a passing spirit.
Don't take this wrong, Allison, but I'm going to say this. You may be open to things too much. You may not be able to protect yourself, or may not be protecting yourself so much that these things are just kind of drawn to you and come around. And it feels feels to me like they want in, so to speak, but in means getting closer to you.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I do not let them in.
No, don't let them in. No.
I mean, that very well could be. I know it's a grandmother figure, but if you don't feel as connected with her, then it could be just someone that's attached to the house or the land.
Yeah.
Or depending on where she lives, it could be somebody in that development. But if they're if they're trying to get your attention, that's one thing. But if they're asking to come in, don't do it. Because anybody from the white light from the right side would be able to go in.
Yeah.
So I would not, if somebody needs to be let in, that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably I would clear the inside of the house, and I would holy water and salt the outside.
Yeah. That'd be your best way. And keep yourself in the white light as much as you can.
Yeah. And also, I think when I light the white candle, I would say anything is not here from my higher source or good, or it is not from the white light, must leave.
Yes.
And do not bother me unless summoned again.
And say it out loud.
Yes.
But, I got to say something. If people don't know how to put themselves in the white light, there is a short little audio file that I put on our website. Go there and check it out. It's in the store. And it's called the White Light and Protection. And you go there, you can download it, and I tell you, it works. It works. Trust me.
But that's not what I'm saying feedback. As far as...
I know, but I'm just saying that. So, okay, back to Kathleen.
There's also questions that really need answers too. Has it happened before? How many times? When did it start? Do we know if there's been any kind of things happen on the property or in the house? I mean, she may have to do some research.
Yeah, if you want to find out about that.
Yeah, the only thing that's really gave me a little red flag is when you said they want in. Nobody that's from the white light should have to want in.
Right.
They should be able to go in.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about. So don't ever say, whoever you are, come on in. Do not say that.
Yeah, never. When you're dealing with ghosts or spirits, you don't want to do that. Now, here's a good one. Kathleen, I'll put this up on the screen. She says, I had an unexplained experience once that boggled me so much. If you can both tell me what you feel. One big snowstorm a few years back, I woke up in the middle of the night, looked out on my walkway and porch, and a set of shoe prints in the fresh snow came up to my porch facing it, but no shoe prints leaving in any direction at all, as if they rose up into the air. What she means. I went outside and tried to make sense, which it didn't. What the heck happened, or whom?
Was the porch covered? Could somebody have walked up and left the prints, and then it snowed some more and it covered what wasn't?
It would have covered the ones coming up, if that's the case.
Yeah, but if it's on the porch and they didn't, if she saw the prints on the porch.
On my walkway and porch.
Oh, okay.
So no. And what I'm going to tell you is it came with the land. It was just a person passing through, maybe lived there before or something, or found a place they could go to, something like that from the past.
Or checking things out.
Yeah, and decided that they wanted to come there, and that was it. They came. And,
yeah, as long as nothing else has ever happened, that was probably just a passing soul.
Yeah.
No pun intended there.
Yeah, passing soul. I honestly don't think it was something where somebody was had bad intent or to scare you or anything or hang around forever. I think it was somebody that decided they were going to get out of the snow, were coming to visit, or were coming back home, whatever the case is. But then they came up and they went in or went on, one of the two.
It also could have been triggered by the event. You know, It could have been another set of events that were like what they had experienced and they were there, you know. But it doesn't feel malicious. And it feels more like a man to me than it does a woman.
Yeah. And she says, what was the lesson on seeing that? It still bothers me to this day. There was no lesson. It wasn't a lesson for you. It just happens that you saw a ghost leave what do you call it? Signature
tangible,
of some type.
Tangible evidence.
It was there. Yeah.
If it was a dream, then I think there would be a lesson. This one, though, I think it was just letting you be aware of the fact that there is stuff out there we can't explain. Opening your mind a little bit, maybe. So I don't think there's really a lesson except the fact that you need to open up and become more aware of what's around you.
Right.
But
it would make it more fun and easier.
Remember when we first moved in here?
Yeah.
We had a lock on our door on the outside it was a combination thing. We could push the buttons and and we knew our son was coming over, son and daughter-in-law and kids. And so I hadn't had the screen door locked, but the front door hadn't been unlocked yet. And we were sitting there in the front room and all of a sudden we heard a pushing of the buttons, like they were trying to push the code to open the door. And I yelled out, just a minute, I haven't unlocked the door. So I go over, because I thought it was them. So I go over and I unlock the door and I open the door. There's no one there.
Yeah.
No one. And I thought, what the heck?
I heard that.
Yeah, we both did. So it was just, just a spirit going through. And I don't know why he thought he could open the door by pushing buttons.
Or somebody decided maybe they could try opening the door for our son and daughter-in-law and kids. Who knows?
But there was no footprints. There was nothing coming up or going away. So,
And there was no lesson in there for us other than the fact that to be aware someone was there.
It was another, how can I say this? I guess it was another way you and I just look at each other. Here we go again. You know, I mean, it happens.
It's common around our house.
Yeah. Like I was talking to Skip one time and his back was to the fridge and I was talking to him facing the fridge and the door just opened all by itself and closed. And I looked at Skip. I said, somebody just opened our fridge door. He goes, yeah. That was it. I guess they were hungry or something. I don't know.
Now here's another
question.
Checking
out and seeing what I had in the fridge.
Cynthia is here, and she
says, could have been my mother checking to see if I had a clean fridge.
Cynthia's here, and she says, "Hi guys, is my cat Elsa one of my previous pets reincarnated?" Cynthia, I gotta say, I'm not so sure it's reincarnated, but I think like people do, like they pass from this side, they go back and talk to people who are there already and people who are about to come in, and they pass information on. And I think that's what your cat did, like a familiarity of, they might have said, oh, she likes this or she doesn't like this. This is what you should be doing, and blah, blah, blah.
Okay, for once, we don't always agree.
Yeah.
And I'm not agreeing on this one. For some reason, when she asked that, when you read that question, I got third cat back. So it could be her third cat back, if she's had that, is coming through again.
Okay. So it's one of those two.
It's one of those two, yeah.
And Allison says, so it's a woman spirit.
Where? Oh, the footprints?
No, that was Kathleen.
Oh.
Allison says
where's Allison doing?
She hears knocking.
Oh, I feel it's a grandmother energy. I'll put it that way. And I don't think it's the maternal. I think it's the paternal side of either who lived there, was on the land, or I don't know. I'm not so sure it's not connected to you, but I don't think it is. I'm like Skip. It feels like unfamiliar to her.
Yeah.
So it's a woman's spirit, but just don't.
Yeah.
Ask it to go away. And
she also says that her son said he heard a little girl giggling once. Very possible, very likely. And see, don't discount that, and don't try to equate it as the same spirit.
Could be mother and daughter.
Or it could be totally unrelated.
Could be.
But you're not held to one or two ghosts, okay? Wherever you are, your once your things happen, you might be living in a little bit of a portal, or you might be doing something which is kind of unlikely.
Yeah.
But you could be doing things, or somebody in family could be doing things that make it more easy or susceptible for things to come through or be around, and that's why you may be getting it. That happens quite often, actually, and people don't even know they're doing it.
Yeah. Or I still think for some reason, if you do some research, you might find about a woman and a little girl.
Yeah.
So I would research back and see if there's any stories or anything about, maybe there was a fire, maybe they died in the house, or who knows. Mm-hmm. But I would still clean the area. I would just, I would clean every room in the house, and then I'd go outside and clean around the house.
Kathleen, about the footprints in the snow coming up to her house and going nowhere. There was no covering on the porch, and she said it was man-sized shoe prints.
I knew it was a man.
Was the owner before that lived here since the house was built. So it was a man, definitely.
Well, see, it could have been it could be the woman's father or grandfather, anybody that was coming up to check on that woman when there was a snowstorm. I mean, I don't know. That's not a psychic hit. That's just putting the logic into it. But it definitely, I knew it was a man. And I'll tell you, the picture I got of him was, he was kind of tall, maybe 5'10", 5'11". I don't think he was 6 foot. But he had broad shoulders, and he wore it looked like an oversized, what do you call those things?
Overcoat, trench coat?
Kind of an overcoat look, but it only came down to the hips.
Okay.
And then it looked like he had on blue overalls, the kind that my grandfather used to wear. Not the striped ones, but the solid color blue overalls. So there again, if you research it, you might find something. I don't know.
Cynthia says it was her third cat was named Sinbad, and he lived to be 22.
Wow.
22 for a cat? Really?
That's good.
Wow. That's incredible. 22.
Wow.
I hope our dogs live to be 22.
Well, there are dogs who do.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
Most of ours didn't make it past 13.
Yes, I know.
I know you were there.
So that's right. All right, you guys, it has been fun. It is almost an hour.
Almost an hour.
We've been on, and if you guys have any other questions,
shoot get them on there
to us now, and we'll answer your questions. But if you don't, we're going to call this a wrap.
I bet Kathleen, there's probably some pictures of who lived there, from the past. And for some reason, it's 1913. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but 1913. So
previous house?
No, she said there was a woman that lived there since the house was. She owned it before the house was built.
Yeah. When the house was built.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's 1913? The male's age?
It may have something to do with the man. It could be the. Look up 1913 in that town, in that address, and see what comes up.
If you can do any research, just keep 1913 in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, remember this, psychicspectrum.com. We have events online that you guys can take part in. The Psychic Showcase, where you learn things, different speakers, different topics every week. And you're eligible for the door prize, the money box drawing, and you get a free psychometry reading. It costs $5. Go to psychicspectrum.com, check it out. All of our events are listed there.
And there's psychometry because it's written on a card. I will send a picture of it and send it to them each week.
Yeah.
So they get to read again what the person said.
Yeah. And we will be back on Tuesdays, every Tuesday at 1 and Saturdays at noon. We are here.
Kathleen says the house was built in 1949 and these small houses were called bachelor houses.
Yep. So 1949 could very well be a 1913 birth for somebody.
Yeah. Or some event in 1913.
Yep.
That had to do with maybe the man or something.
JM says,
interesting. I love that kind of stuff. Check it out, Kathleen.
JM says, hope you both get healthy soon. Thank you.
Drugs are wonderful things.
We're going to try. We got our drugs, and we're going to go from here and have a hot toddy.
There you go.
So you guys.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh, wait. I didn't do my rune cards.
Oh, that's right. You got to pull the rune cards. This hour goes so quick. How is Georgie girl, JM? Is she getting big and just full of life? I suppose she is.
All right. Earlier, I made a prediction. I haven't looked at the card yet, but earlier I made a prediction that today is going to go really well. This evening, starting at right at the eclipse, 1:28 p.m. today. So 28 minutes, no, 35 minutes from now, 33 minutes from now. And I said, I bet my rune card pull that I pull says kind of the same thing. So it's smooth, easy, really well. Here's the card, and this is kind of cool. I had to flip it. I only wanted to use one hand. No, here's the card. The little H in the upper corner here by my finger.
Oh yeah.
That is basically to make a plan, go with it step by step, and follow through, and enjoy your weekend because everything's going to fall into place. Okay. Shelley says hello right at the end of the show. Yeah. Shelley, you got to get here at noon.
If you have a question, Shelley, type it in. We will wait for you because now on this type of format, we don't have to worry about timing, you know.
Jan says Georgia girl is wonderful. And Crystal says you both take care and I hope you use the spray frequently. Yes. Anyhow, Shelley says,
how is my health? You're right, Kathleen. They do. Hugs and kisses do feel better. An exchange of energy. All I can get.
You know, Shelley, I don't know how to explain this. I'm just going to say it outright. I think you are highly allergic to your environment, the house, the carpeting, the trees around it, and I think it's more than one. I think it's all of that. I honestly think that makes your health brittle or susceptible.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, I know, but I think your health is actually good, but you're experiencing bad symptoms of things, and it's because your immune system is weak, and it's because of your environment. But you have to figure out. Now, we had people who we've told this to, and they narrowed things down, they took things away, and then brought them back in after the reactions didn't clear up. But what they found out was, like, one of them said they needed to have all hardwood floors. They couldn't have carpet. Okay.
One of them found mold under their house.
Yes.
One found mold up in the walls by the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. And somebody said they had to have all the trees cut down.
Some of them moved.
Property. Some of them actually moved.
Not because we said move, but because they figured it out.
Right. They figured it out.
Yeah.
But
that's a sad thing if you have to. But.
Yeah. So anyhow, I think that's something you should look at. And Kathleen says drugs can be wonderful, but hugs and kisses feel better. Much hugs and kisses for you both energetically from all. Hey, we appreciate it. Go to our website, you guys, psychicspectrum.com. Check out the events. We're even actually doing a minister's ordination if you want to become a minister.
Yes. May 14th.
May 14th.
And that information is all on the website?
It's all on the website.
As well as your rune class?
As well as the rune class and the psychic showcase. The ghost hunts, they will be, as soon as I get the dates nailed down, we will post it on there. So just keep watching that, and you guys can go with us and see some ghosts.
Because we haven't done it since COVID.
No.
Except for one time we went up with a small group. Yeah, up in Arlington.
Yeah.
Arlington.
Yeah.
Marysville, somewhere up there.
All right.
But we got some more that we're looking at. So
Shelley says, thank you. You're welcome, Shelley.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to take a hiatus here until Tuesday at 1.
You got it right. I'm proud of you.
So join us then. And, always go to our website, you guys. And, this is our theme song because we really believe it's a wonderful world. So be there at our events. Join us online. And as our theme song says,
what a wonderful world. Love you, Daddy. Tom Jones, call me.
Bye, all.
Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in.